What if one of the most powerful foods for your health wasn't hidden in a remote rainforest, wasn't locked behind an expensive supplement, and wasn't discovered by some billionaire biohacker? What if it was sitting quietly on a windowsill, growing in a tray no larger than a laptop? Most people walk past it without thinking twice. Tiny leaves, delicate stems, a garnish on a restaurant plate. Something decorative, something insignificant. But what if those tiny greens contained levels of nutrients that could rival some of the healthiest vegetables on Earth? What if these miniature plants could help support your heart, your brain, your immune system,
and even healthy aging? Scientists have spent years studying foods that may help the body perform at its best. And surprisingly, one of the most promising discoveries isn't a new invention at all. It's something called microgreens. Tiny, simple, often overlooked, yet packed with remarkable potential. Tonight, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of microgreens. Where they came from, why nutrition experts are paying attention, what happens inside your body when you eat them regularly, and why these miniature plants might completely change the way you think about healthy eating. Stay with us,
because by the end of this video, you may never look at a salad the same way again. When people think about superfoods, they often imagine exotic berries, rare herbs, or expensive powders shipped from halfway around the world. But sometimes the most extraordinary discoveries are hiding in plain sight. Microgreens are young vegetable greens harvested shortly after sprouting. They're usually collected when they're just 1 to 3 inches tall. At first glance, they don't seem impressive. In fact, many people mistake them for sprouts, but they're different. Very different.
These tiny plants have already begun developing leaves and producing the compounds that help them grow into mature vegetables. Think of them as teenagers in the plant world. Not seeds, not fully grown vegetables, but a powerful stage in between. And here's where things get interesting. Researchers discovered that certain microgreens can contain surprisingly high concentrations of vitamins, minerals, and beneficial plant compounds compared to their mature counterparts. That's right. Sometimes the younger version may pack more nutritional punch than the fully grown vegetable. Imagine getting a concentrated burst of nutrition in a much smaller package.
That's one reason why chefs, nutrition enthusiasts, wellness experts, and health-conscious families across America have become increasingly fascinated by these tiny greens. But their story goes much deeper than nutrition alone. Because microgreens may represent something larger. A return to simple foods. A return to freshness. A return to the idea that health doesn't always have to come from a bottle. And as you'll soon discover, these tiny greens have a fascinating history.
Most people assume microgreens are a modern health trend, something that appeared on social media a few years ago. But their rise actually began decades earlier. Back in the 1980s and 1990s, chefs in California started experimenting with young vegetable greens. At first, they weren't interested in nutrition. They were interested in flavor. Some varieties tasted peppery, others tasted sweet. Some delivered a surprising crunch, and many added beautiful colors to a plate. Fine dining restaurants quickly embraced them. Microgreens became a culinary secret, a chef's tool, an artistic finishing touch. But then something unexpected happened. Researchers started looking closer.
Much closer. And they discovered that these tiny greens weren't just beautiful. They were biologically fascinating. Plants produce a wide range of protective compounds as they grow.
These compounds help defend against environmental stress. And many of those same compounds may offer benefits when consumed as part of a healthy diet. Suddenly, microgreens weren't just a restaurant garnish. They became a topic of nutritional interest. Scientists began comparing different varieties: broccoli microgreens, radish microgreens, sunflower microgreens, pea shoots, red cabbage microgreens. The results surprised many experts.
Some varieties showed remarkably concentrated nutritional profiles. And that's when the conversation shifted. These weren't just decorative plants anymore. They were becoming a symbol of nutrient density. But what exactly happens inside your body when you eat them? The answer may surprise you, because their influence starts at one of the most important systems in your entire body: your heart. Every second of every day, your heart performs an astonishing task. It beats again and again and again, more than 100,000 times every single day, without rest, without vacation, without appreciation. Yet, heart disease remains one of the leading health concerns for adults.
That's why scientists continue searching for foods that may support cardiovascular wellness. Many microgreens contain antioxidants. These natural compounds help protect cells from oxidative stress. You can think of oxidative stress like tiny sparks flying around inside the body. Too many sparks over time can create wear and tear. Antioxidants help neutralize those sparks. Certain microgreens, especially broccoli and red cabbage varieties, contain compounds that researchers have studied for their potential role in supporting healthy cardiovascular function as part of a balanced lifestyle. And there's another fascinating aspect. Microgreens often contain potassium,
A mineral that helps support healthy blood pressure regulation. Many Americans don't consume enough potassium-rich foods. Adding nutrient-dense greens to meals can be one simple way to help close that gap. But perhaps the most exciting part is this: microgreens make healthy eating easier, and sustainable habits often outperform extreme diets. A handful added to sandwiches, eggs, smoothies, soups, salads, simple changes, small actions, repeated consistently. And a lysis salam you'll discover next. The benefits may extend far beyond the heart, because your brain may love microgreens just a lysis salam.
Think about this for a moment. Your brain contains roughly 86 billion neurons, a vast network constantly processing memories, emotions, decisions, and ideas. It's the command center of your entire life. Yet many people spend years worrying about their muscles, their weight, their appearance, while giving very little thought to the organ that controls everything. The brain is incredibly demanding. It consumes a large amount of the body's energy every single day. And just like the rest of your body, it depends on nutrition. Many microgreens contain nutrients and plant compounds that researchers have associated with healthy brain function and cellular protection.
Broccoli microgreens, for example, contain naturally occurring compounds that have attracted significant scientific interest. Researchers continue exploring how these compounds may support healthy aging and overall wellness. What's fascinating is that some of these protective compounds exist in especially concentrated amounts during the early growth stages of plants. In other words, the tiny version may sometimes deliver a surprisingly powerful nutritional package. Now imagine this. You're driving through life every day. Stress, deadlines, bills, family responsibilities, endless notifications. Your brain is constantly adapting, constantly responding, constantly working.
Foods rich in antioxidants may help support the body's natural defenses against everyday oxidative stress. And that's important because healthy brain aging isn't just about one magic food. It's about creating an environment where the brain can thrive over time. Small choices, repeated daily, month after month,
year after year. And sometimes those choices begin with something as simple as adding a handful of greens to your lunch. But if your brain is the control center, your gut might be the hidden engine powering it all. For decades, many people thought digestion was simple. You eat, you digest, you move on.
But scientists now understand something much more fascinating. Your digestive system is home to trillions of microorganisms, collectively known the gut microbiome. This hidden ecosystem influences far more than digestion. It may play a role in immune function, energy levels, mood, and even overall health. That's why nutrition experts increasingly focus on feeding the gut with diverse plant foods. Microgreens add variety, color, texture, and nutritional diversity to everyday meals. Many varieties contain fiber, which helps support normal digestive health. Fiber is often called nature's cleanup crew. It helps keep things moving, supports fullness, and contributes to a healthy digestive environment. Unfortunately, many Americans consume less fiber than recommended. That's where simple additions can make a difference. Not dramatic changes, not impossible diets, just small improvements. A sandwich topped with sunflower microgreens. A morning omelet sprinkled with pea shoots. A fresh salad layered with colorful greens. Tiny additions, meaningful impact. And here's something many people don't realize. A healthier gut often affects how you feel throughout the day. Which leads us to another question. What if one of the reasons you feel tired isn't simply lack of sleep?
Millions of Americans start their mornings the same way. Coffee. Then another coffee. Then maybe an energy drink. Then another caffeine boost later in the afternoon. The problem? Many people are chasing energy rather than building it. Real energy doesn't come from a temporary stimulant. It comes from supporting the systems that create energy naturally. Your cells rely on vitamins, minerals, hydration, sleep, movement, and nutrition. Microgreens contribute nutrients that participate in countless processes throughout the body, including those involved in normal energy metabolism. Think of your body like a high-performance vehicle. Premium fuel doesn't guarantee speed, but poor fuel almost guarantees problems. The goal isn't instant stimulation. The goal is resilience, steady energy, consistent performance. The kind of vitality that helps you feel capable from morning until evening. And that idea becomes even more important as we get older. Because one of the biggest concerns people have isn't simply energy, it's aging. What if aging isn't just about getting older? What if it's about how well your body adapts over time? Most people associate aging with wrinkles, gray hair, slower movement. But aging happens at a much deeper level. Every day, your cells are exposed to environmental stress, sunlight, pollution, poor sleep.
Stress and natural metabolic processes. Over time, these factors contribute to cellular wear and tear. This is one reason researchers are so interested in foods rich in antioxidants and phytonutrients. Many microgreens are naturally abundant in these protective compounds. Red cabbage microgreens, broccoli microgreens, kale microgreens, radish microgreens. Each variety contains its own unique combination of beneficial plant compounds. Think of these compounds as part of nature's defense system. Plants create them to survive. And when we eat a wide variety of colorful plants, we benefit from that diversity. Now, let's be clear. No food can stop aging.
No food can make you immortal, but healthy habits can influence how well we age.
And one of the most consistent themes in longevity research is surprisingly simple. People who eat more plant foods tend to enjoy better long-term health outcomes. Not because of one miracle ingredient, but because of thousands of beneficial compounds working together. And microgreens offer a concentrated, convenient way to add more of those compounds into daily life. But there's another area where many people notice benefits much sooner: the mirror. Because healthy skin often starts from within.
Walk through any store and you'll find countless products promising younger-looking skin. Creams, serums, masks, treatments. Some can be helpful. But skin health doesn't begin on the surface. It begins inside the body. Your skin constantly renews itself. It depends on nutrients, hydration, sleep, and overall wellness. Many microgreens contain vitamins such as vitamin C and vitamin A precursors that support normal skin health. Vitamin C, in particular, plays a role in collagen production. Collagen helps provide structure to skin. Meanwhile, antioxidant-rich foods help support the body's natural defenses against oxidative stress.
Think of your skin, alayhi salam, a reflection of what's happening internally. Healthy habits often show up externally. Not overnight, not magically, but gradually. And often more effectively than people expect. Yet healthy skin is only one piece of the puzzle. Because perhaps the most remarkable benefit of all involves your immune system. The invisible army protecting you every day. Right now, alayhi salam, you're watching this video. Your immune system is working. Silently, constantly, without applause, without recognition, without a day off. It's one of the most remarkable systems in the human body.
A vast network of cells, tissues, and biological processes designed to help protect you every single day. And here's something many people overlook. Your immune system doesn't run on determination. It runs on resources. Just like a construction crew needs tools, your body needs nutrients, vitamins, minerals, protein, sleep, exercise, and a diverse diet rich in plant foods. Many varieties of microgreens contain vitamins and beneficial plant compounds that support overall wellness and healthy immune function. Vitamin C, vitamin E, carotenoids, polyphenols. These naturally occurring compounds have attracted attention because of their role in helping the body manage everyday oxidative stress. Think about it this way. Imagine your body as a city. Every day there are tiny maintenance projects happening everywhere. Repair work, cleanup operations, system upgrades. The immune system helps coordinate many of those efforts. And while no food can guarantee immunity from illness, a nutrient-rich dietary pattern helps give your body the resources it needs to function at its best. This is one reason health experts consistently recommend eating a variety of colorful plants. Not because one food is magical,
but because diversity creates strength. And when it comes to building a healthier future, one of the biggest challenges for many Americans isn't immunity, it's weight management.
Let's talk about something millions of people struggle with. Not for weeks, not for months, but for years. Weight management. Most diets fail for one simple reason. They're difficult to maintain. People become trapped in a cycle. Extreme restriction, temporary success, frustration, then starting over again. But long-term health rarely comes from extremes. It usually comes from sustainable habits. Microgreens fit beautifully into this philosophy. Why? Because they add nutrition, flavor, texture, and visual appeal without adding many calories. A small handful can transform a meal. Suddenly, a sandwich feels fresher. A salad feels more satisfying.
A breakfast bowl feels more complete. And when healthy food becomes enjoyable, consistency becomes easier. Many microgreens also contain fiber, which contributes to feelings of fullness, part of a balanced meal. That's important, because hunger isn't just physical, it's psychological. The more satisfying your meals feel, the easier it often becomes to maintain healthy eating patterns. And here's a fascinating observation. Many people chasing weight loss focus only on what they need to remove: less sugar, less junk food, less snacking. But lasting success often comes from what you add: more vegetables, more nutrient-dense foods, more variety, more color.
More satisfaction. And that's exactly where microgreens shine. But their potential benefits don't stop there, because one of the fastest growing health concerns in America involves something happening quietly inside the bloodstream. Blood sugar, energy highs, energy crashes, cravings, afternoon fatigue. Many people experience these challenges regularly, and often blood sugar fluctuations play a role. Now, let's be clear. Microgreens are not a treatment for diabetes. Anyone with medical concerns should always consult a healthcare professional. But researchers continue exploring how plant-rich diets may support healthy metabolic function.
Many microgreens contain fiber and beneficial plant compounds that fit naturally into balanced eating patterns. One of the most interesting varieties is broccoli microgreens. Scientists have spent years studying naturally occurring compounds found in broccoli and related vegetables. These compounds continue to generate excitement in nutrition research. What's especially remarkable is that some of these compounds appear in significant concentrations during the microgreen stage. Again, we're seeing the same pattern: tiny size, big nutritional potential. And perhaps that's one of the most inspiring lessons from microgreens. Sometimes the smallest things can have the biggest impact.
A lesson that extends beyond food, beyond nutrition, even beyond health itself. But before we get philosophical, let's answer a practical question. Which microgreens are actually worth eating?
Not all microgreens are identical. Each variety offers its own flavor profile and nutritional characteristics. Here are 10 favorites among health-conscious consumers. Number 10. Mustard microgreens. Peppery, bold, flavor-packed. Number 9. Arugula microgreens. Perfect for salads and sandwiches. Number 8. Beet microgreens. Beautiful color, earthy taste. Number 7. Pea shoots. Sweet, crunchy, kid-friendly. Number 6. Sunflower microgreens. Nutty flavor, excellent texture. Number 5. Kale microgreens. A classic wellness favorite. Number 4. Radish microgreens. Spicy, crisp, extremely popular. Number 3. Red cabbage microgreens.
Colorful and rich in beneficial plant compounds.
Number 2. Broccoli microgreens. One of the most researched varieties. More is always better. Not true. Nutrition isn't a competition. Consistency matters more than quantity. Myth number 3. Microgreens can replace vegetables entirely. Absolutely not. They should complement a healthy diet, not replace it. Mistake number 1. Buying them and forgetting them in the refrigerator. Freshness matters. Mistake number 2. Using only one variety forever. Variety creates nutritional diversity. Mistake number 3. Trading them as decoration. They're food. Eat them generously. Add them to meals. Experiment. Enjoy them. And perhaps the biggest mistake of all? Waiting for the perfect moment to start eating healthier.
Because the perfect moment rarely arrives. The best moment is usually today. One of the greatest advantages of microgreens is simplicity. No complicated recipes required. Add them to eggs, smoothies, sandwiches, wraps, soups, tacos, salads, rice bowls, avocado toast, grilled fish, chicken dishes, even homemade pizza. Some people grow them on a kitchen counter. Others purchase them weekly from local farmers or grocery stores. Either approach works. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is participation. The goal is making healthy choices easier. And that's exactly what microgreens can help accomplish. Small effort, small habit, small plant, potentially meaningful rewards.
Which brings us to the most important lesson of all. It's easy to believe health is complicated, that it requires expensive programs, secret formulas, perfect genetics, or extraordinary discipline. But often, the foundation of health is surprisingly simple. Move your body, sleep well, manage stress, stay connected to people you love, and nourish yourself with real food. Microgreens won't solve every problem. They won't stop time. They won't make anyone immortal. But they represent something powerful. A reminder that small things matter. Tiny choices, tiny habits, tiny improvements. Repeated over days, weeks, months, and years.
Just like a microgreen begins alayhi salam, a tiny seed. A healthier future often begins with a tiny decision. One meal, one better choice, one step forward. Because longevity isn't built in a single day. It's built in thousands of ordinary days. And perhaps the most beautiful part is this. You don't need to be perfect. You simply need to keep growing. Just like the tiny greens we've explored throughout this journey. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, let us know in the comments. Have you ever tried microgreens? And if not, which variety would you like to try first? Stay healthy, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next video.